Don't you just hate it when members of Congress attack? I do. I really hate that. When members of Congress attack. They're always in attack mode. Doesn't it seem like your local Congress critter is always in attack mode? They're always being confrontational. They're always being a bully. And not just a bully, but a fascist bully. Doesn't it always seem that way? Congress is always in attack mode. It's been that way for years now. For instance, here's one congressperson who's always in attack mode is John Fleming of Louisiana, Republican. As if you didn't know. See, there's this right-wing congressman from Louisiana. His name is John Fleming. And I've made fun of him before because he had right-wing propaganda on his website. He thinks everybody's on drugs except him. So he added a section to his website called "Every Child is a Potential Drug Addict." That's what it's called. And it had links to abusive teen residential programs and sellers of home drug testing kits. That's what John Fleming had on his website. But mostly it was a propaganda. He gave it names like "Every Child is a Potential Drug Addict." He also wrote a book about, he had a self-published book that was supposedly about preventing drug addiction. But it was from almost like a James Dobson-like standpoint, this book was. And it's a self-published book, and he has it up on Amazon, and he's attacking people who give it bad reviews. He is. So somebody gave it a bad review. And this is now the person who gave it a bad review, who gave it a really bad review, somebody gave it a 1-star review. And this person, they're actually really conservative themselves. See, they talk about they were raised in a very Republican, very conservative background. And that was their outlook on life. But still, they thought it was a bad book because it has so little perspective outside of that mold. And then when they gave it a bad review, John Fleming responded to it. And this is just a few months ago, and he responded to it. So John Fleming was a congressman while he responded to this. So this is a U.S. congressman who's here responding to people who give him bad reviews on Amazon. He's here attacking them personally. So we're gonna have to wait here because Wikipedia has been so slow lately. See, I'm going on Wikipedia, but Wikipedia has been very slow lately. Actually, I don't think Wikipedia has been slow. I think the phone company's just been slow to access it. Since they're slow about everything. This phone company is. John C. Fleming, he's a congressman from and he's assumed office after the 2008 election, but this is just a few months ago, so he's still a congressman. He responded to this guy, and he says, well, see, the bad reviewer pointed out the fact that alcohol and THC have different effects on the brain, which is true. I mean, alcohol is a depressant, and THC is a hallucinogen. So see, one's a depressant, one's a hallucinogen. So they have different effects on the brain. That is a fact that any person who has dealt with drug abuse or any type of anything to do with that field knows, or they should know. But so this person pointed that out, and then John Fleming replied. He says, "Are you kidding me? alcohol and THC have different effects on the brain. He says alcohol and THC have different effects on the brain. So Fleming thinks that alcohol and THC have the same effect, but they don't. They're different kinds of drugs. They just are. I mean, I'm just stating a fact. I didn't say whether one was worse or the other. I mean, they're just stating a fact here. But John Fleming's here denying it. He thinks alcohol and THC are the same thing, and he says yours is a political view, not a scientific one. No, it's a scientific view. And then somebody else responded to John Fleming, and he says, and now see, the person who responded to them, they also had a lot of experience with addiction. They said, I have a lot of experience in addiction and recovery, both personally and professionally. So they're arguing with John Fleming about this too. And not only that, but they point out the fact that John Fleming's book was endorsed by Dr. Laura, who has absolutely no credibility at all. But then this person, they pointed out the facts to John Fleming, and then John Fleming responded again. And John Fleming said, there is no science that backs up your comments. Yes, there is. Alcohol and THC are different. That's a fact. And John Fleming says, yours is the typical rope-a-dope left-wing argument. So then that reviewer responded again and says, you have nothing here that changes my initial observations and concerns about your book. I am 47 years old. This is an attorney who said this. This is an attorney who has represented clients in drug court. Says this. And not only that, this reviewer is a senior attorney advising a large county social services department. So this is a very qualified person responding to John Fleming here. And then John Fleming responds, all personal attacks. No facts, no science. That's a U.S. congressman saying this. A congressman is here acting like this. So, I can't believe that a congressman is conducting himself this way, but he's on the attack! He's on the attack! He's a madman on the offensive! He's gonna attack you! Blah, blah, blah. I'm John Fleming! Blah. I'm gonna attack you! Blah. Look at me, I'm John Fleming! Oh, person who attacks! No facts, no science! Don't attack me! I'm John Fleming! You can't attack me! But I'm John Fleming, and I'm gonna attack you! See, that's how John Fleming acts. And this is the guy who got in trouble a couple years ago because he owned some Subway restaurants, or the sub shop, and he was making employees give campaign literature to customers. So there's got to be some violation right there. Make employees of a restaurant that you own give your campaign literature to customers. And I wouldn't be too pleased about it either if I was a customer or if I was an employee of this place. But certainly not if I was a customer, like if I go into Subway and pick up a sandwich or something, and then get it home and open up the bag, and there's John Fleming campaign literature in there. Oh, I wouldn't appreciate that too much. It's not only that, but I mean, for one thing, what if the ink rubs off on your sandwich or something? You know, that could be toxic. But Congress is toxic. So what do you expect?